It's wrestling time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the Mattel WWE Ultimate Edition Stone Cold Steve Austin. Give me a hell yeah! No, seriously. Stone Cold, Stone Cold, Stone Cold. My favorite wrestler of all time. You know, I have been getting a couple of wrestling figures from AEW here and there, and I just thought, like, when looking at this guy, I feel like I had to have this. This is, as the name says, the Ultimate Edition. It's a Stone Cold Steve Austin. Comes with a lot of different stuff. It is from Mattel. I'm very unfamiliar with the line, but it looks pretty good, so I had to get it. And of course, now let's have a look at it together. On a side note, though, I kind of like this box that you have, like, and that's the bottom line. It also has some texturing on the box, which doesn't have to do anything with Stone Cold. But yeah, also there was bio. I don't know. I feel like with this one, I feel like I had to have another look at the box, because it's pretty nicely done. The more I see under here, what do we have? Oh, under here, it's like WWE Ultimates, yada yada yada. It's kind of weird to unpack. There's like a whole bunch of stuff around it. Also got this one from Ringside Collectibles. If you guys are wondering, you're always asking me where I get my figures. So let's see if I can finally crack this box open. I think I missed one, but yeah, there we go, plastic. So let's now have a look at the figure. Like the video? What? Enjoy this content? What? Then subscribe or get your ass out of here before I open a can of whoop ass on you. What? Oh, and that's the bottom line, cause the real Payne said so. So, this one is definitely going to be special. I mean, I mentioned it, this is going to be my first ever WWE Mattel figure, and there's definitely some things to like about this, and definitely some things not too keen about. First, I'm going to have a look at the size. He does have a pretty good size, actually. He stands at about almost 18 centimeters to the top of his head, which means we are going up to pretty much 7 inches tall. Size comparisons. Here's Jolter, the SH Figure Arts Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm probably going to come back to this in a little bit. Jazzwares AEW John Moxley. That's a dream match right there. SH Figure Arts Goku and Darkseid. Let's get right into this, and I gotta say, I am very pleased and I am very happy with the face sculpt. Look at how realistic this one looks. I am ecstatic. There's unfortunately some weird spots on this side, but the rest of it, it's molded oh so nicely. I guess it's printed on. You have some wrinkles around the eyes. The paint is there where it should be for the most part, except for the spots on the side. And yeah, it just looks so realistic, and I love it. Especially compared to what like I've seen with figure arts. I think this one's actually better. However, the figure arts are a lot older, so I guess the technology has advanced quite a bit, but still doesn't take anything away from this beautiful, gorgeous face sculpt, which really brings Stone Cold to life. Now, unfortunately, this is one thing I usually don't see in my figures. You have the lines where the figure's connected. There's like a weird shine going through his head, and also on the shoulders. That's just, I don't know, I don't really address that because it doesn't really stand out as much as it does with this figure, and that's just kind of weird. For the rest of the body itself doesn't really line up completely to me. Now you can tell me, let me know in the comments, please engage with the video, but let me know in the comments if I'm tripping or the chest area seems like really wide and it's a weird conversion to the torso. Also, the chest is a lot less shiny than the rest of the figure. Like some of the joints, especially in the elbows, it does stand out. Most in the light, it's not gonna be as much of an issue once you get the figure. You know, you just look at it but with all the lighting over here, this does stand out more than it will do when you get the figure. Now, I don't like these joints. They're very super functional. I mean, moving the arms back and forth is great, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. I feel like it's only looking good when I bring them all the way forward, and at that point it's just like, why do you have it? If I move it back, I would never display them like that. That is freaking awful, and I hate it. So, you know, I'm just gonna leave it like that. It's just a weird joint. I've never seen something like that. The arms also can't really go straight down. They're always in an angle, but that's more the part of the chest piece. But that's because, like, Japanese figures, which I usually review, I'm just making that comparison. I'm not saying it's better, but like when you have like the ball joint that goes into the chest and you kind of rotate it around over there, that helps with blocking it with the chest area. I'm just saying. So as such, it doesn't really go down all the way, but hey, you got some nice muscle work in the figure. It's not ultra ripped, but Stone Cold usually wasn't. He was, you know, he was big, don't get me wrong, but he didn't have the biggest pecs and whatnot. So it does have some abs, that's there, and for the muscles in the arm, you do have some veins going on throughout the forearms and also the hands. Unfortunately, it is a copy-paste job. It's common for figures, it just kind of looks weird if you look at it that way, putting it under a microscope, but that's my job. You got the black wristbands, simple stuff. The black pants doesn't have anything on there because that is the Stone Cold style. Unfortunately, once more, the tights are not, well, the pantsu is not soft plastic. And if you move the legs forward, it really doesn't line up so much. You have a weird butt sticking out. Yikes, don't want to have that. Knee pads are completely floaty, and that's, on one hand, is good. On the other hand, it's kind of annoying because you always have to just go after it and line it up to get it into the right position. But you can do it. You don't have any weird gaps. You don't have like a weird knee pad that disconnects from the rest of the leg. So it does hide the joint very nicely, and it gets the job done. So I'm not hating it. You have the knee brace on one side. That is the classic look. Late in his career, he would have 2 knee braces, unfortunately, because of knee issues. But that's like the one, the Stone Cold look I remember. And especially this one is, I don't exactly remember the years because I'm terrible with dates, but this was around the time when he first won the WWF Championship from Shawn Michaels after WrestleMania 15, I think. So you have the boots and the Texas tattoo on the calf, and that's pretty much it. Well, one more thing I want to mention, the joints. It is sturdy enough, like it's in the middle. It's not floppy for the most part. And I also don't have to put them under hair dryer or hot water to move them around after taking them out of the box. So it's hit or miss. Like I'm gonna try out a little bit. There's nothing that bothers me right now, so it's fine, I guess. Alright, yeah, I had to look it up. It was WrestleMania 14. 15, he defended the title against The Rock, which, you know, if they make a good Ultimate of The Rock, I might have to snatch one of those. But anyway, have a look at the articulation. The head is... The articulation on this one is just weird. You have... I thought a double ball pack, but it is just connected down there. It's like kind of clamped onto something, which makes it move back and forth and somewhat side to side, and it's just a weird thing, but it is functional. So it does go side to side, does go back and forth, and does go all the way around. It's alright, mostly just a jiggle, don't have anything in the neck going on. Then we have this awful joint, which I talked about. Very nicely back and forth, but looks ugly. You have the ball, well, the hinge actually, in the shoulder, which it doesn't go up all the way. They didn't pull it too far, so it's alright. It does get the job done. Bicep swivel and a double hinged elbow, which that one is pretty darn loose. Just yeah. Then you got a simple hinge in the hand. That is just like old school Figma stuff. Weird. Chest area moves back and forth. Does tilt side to side actually very nicely and does not rotate unless mine's frozen or there's just not enough room to move around. That's just weird. You got the tights. Those rotate around and breaks up the sculpt in the most painful way. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. Doesn't obviously rotate around because it is just on a swivel. Then you got the legs. So some nice kicks if you want to go for a stunner. Goes out to the side, and then you have the 5 swivels. Once again, breaking up the sculpt. Double hinged knees. Does go up all the way. Bring the knee pad into position to make it look very nice. The boot is actually on a swivel. That is pretty cool. And the foot moves back, forward. Does have a toe hinge which moves up and down. And you also have like a little bit of ankle rock in there, which is just another one of those weird engineering things. I don't know if you can tell, but it seems like there's just a small piece sticking out, and you know, it's not a great ankle rocker, but it's there. And now one of the highlights of any WWE Ultimate figure, from what I can tell, is the accessories. Because from like mainline figures, you don't really get this much. I want to start off with the belt, because it looks phenomenal. Love me some nice golden belts. And this is also one of my favorite designs, the old school Attitude Era WWF Championship. Does unfortunately have the WWE logo on top, because you have to have that. It's also in gold and not white. I guess they couldn't print it on there in gold and in white, because everything is very small. But you do have the World Wrestling Entertainment writing over there, the lettering, which it's just, I love this amount of detail on this small belt. It looks fan-freaking-tastic. I might have said that already. Then you have the vest. It's rubbery plastic vest. The skull on there looks kind of weird. 316's alright, and Austin, Stone Cold, Stone Cold, Stone Cold. 3 skulls. Looks kind of Terminator-ish, but then again, it was like more of a design with the bolts going on in that. But that's cool. And you have a shirt, which is always nice. You got Stone Cold shirt with this skull, looks way better. Austin 316 on it, with a trademark. Ruined. Yikes. You just kind of drape that over him, from what I can tell. There's no part where you open it, so that's cool. Then you have a microphone with, again, the WWE symbol, which is, you know, it's just like, you have to have it like that, because they can't use the WWF anymore, because they would have been sued by the World Wildlife Fund. Then you have a gold chain. He was wearing gold chain for a while back in that day. Then you got some more faces. You got the smiling face and the annoyed face, which is actually funny and great. Because, you know, he did that, he did the thing where he was like, ha 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 ha, and then you get, Then you have a baseball cap, which is rubbery. Now, one of these things, I don't like that. I don't like that they're doing it. I wish you would have had a hat with the baseball cap on it. Although, this one looks pretty smooth. Usually those caps, they do tend to stand out weird enough, but I guess this one is good enough. Like, the material is just like thin enough. That doesn't sound okay. This baseball cap is pretty good. I'm not gonna give him any crap for it. You have fist hands, and you have pointy fingers. Now, anything missing here? Yes, middle finger. Where's the middle finger? Yes, you can't have a middle finger, because if you want to sell this stuff at Walmart or anywhere, can't have little kids see the middle fingers. That's why nobody has the balls to make figures with middle fingers. Except for Figma. And for my final trick, I want to compare him to the SH Figure Arts one. Now, the main reason I got the Mattel one is because the Figure Arts one, first of all, is way smaller. Let me zoom out a little bit. You had size comparison earlier, but yeah, he's way smaller, and that's kind of looked weird next to the AEW guys. And now looking at this one, I was really happy with the Figure Arts one, but geez, look at this face now. It just, yeah, what is this? What is this? Is this like a weird puppet? No. Okay, so yeah, Mattel Stone Cold looks way better. I do like the paler skin tone though on the Figure Arts one. I do like the muscle work. He does also have like a weird kind of joint in shoulders, now that I look at it. Wow, so you know, I remember reviewing this a long time ago and being really happy with it, but now looking at it, yeah, no. What? This one kind of sucks. Final thoughts, and guys, we just have to imagine that this is a middle finger, alright? Just imagine it in your hand, close your eyes, this is a middle finger, now open your eyes, do you see it? No? Okay, still not a middle finger, unfortunately. But, final thoughts for this figure, he looks amazing. I cannot praise the look of it anymore. The head sculpts are absolutely fantastic, I'm completely in love with that. The mold is good, you know, it's kind of weirded out by some choices of the articulation, but overall it does get the job done. Can form into poses, can give the people some stunners, and at the price point, again, I got this one from Ringside Collectibles. I think it was about 35 bucks. Ringside Collectibles never had any trouble with shipping. It's fairly affordable. Don't get stuck in customs for too long, and don't have to usually pay customs. So, do you have a place in Europe where they're selling those things away? Because it's really cheap, I feel like, and it's just like overall, yes, the value is great. Ringside Collectibles is great. I can 100% recommend this figure, and really, this is not sponsored, by the way, in any way. but I highly recommend getting this on at Ringside Collectibles, unless of course you can get it at your local Target or Walmart. I don't know, I'm not in America, so I can't get those things. I don't have Targets and Walmarts, but Ringside Collectibles is a great place for me to get it. So now it sounds like an ad for Ringside Collectibles, but I'm really just a fan, so you know. Ringside Collectibles, if you want to sponsor me for some more wrestling figures, holla at your boy. That's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for my figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Stone Cold Steve Austin wants a middle finger. What?